Hey guys, so I figured I'd make a video about crickets because that's another one of my special interests in case you didn't know. So starting off with the field crickets, we have the spring and fall field crickets, which I think it says right here they look and sound the same, but the range maps are different. Now, it shows my grandma has them, but not me, which I know is wrong because I've heard the fall field cricket at my house before. I think this one's right, though. I've heard both of them here. I've heard the spring field cricket here before. Let's see what it sounds like. Yup, I've definitely heard that sound before. That's very familiar to me. Oh, wow. Alright, next up is the southern wood cricket. I'm not going to go through all these, but I'm trying to find the one that's calling right now, like late May. Okay, yeah, that's not what we're hearing right now. I'm trying to find the one that we're hearing right now. Is that it? That could be it. But it doesn't show it in my area though. Trying to read some of that. I think I've heard that one before. Oh, yep, I know I've heard that before. I've definitely heard that. Every year. Alright, now we're on to the ground crickets. Yep, I'm pretty sure I've heard that. Oh, yes, definitely. I hear this every year. They're like all over the ground around my house in the fall. Every year. Caroline. I'm trying to find the one that's... Yep, I've heard this one. I'm pretty sure around my house. Or is it that one? I don't know. I don't know if I've heard that one. I'm just trying to find the one that we're hearing right now. I think I've heard that before. I'm not sure, though. Oh, now we're into tree crickets. Yep. These are common around my house. Let me try to find which one it is. Yep, that's one of them. I've heard those. Not that one. Oh, yep, that's the other one. Yep, that's the other one. Right there. That's when I hear down, like, at the end of my street. I don't hear them at my house, but I hear them at the bottom of my street. Oh yeah, Trigs. All right, I got a funny story about that one. I had one that was living inside one of the tubes of my Chimes of Jerusalem, and it would call from in there every night. And I remember when I heard it, I was like, what's that sound coming from inside my wind chime? And then I realized it was one of the jumping bush crickets, and I was like, oh. Oh, yeah, I've heard those at my grandma's before. Oh my god. I swear. I think I've heard that before. Have I? Let me make sure I'm right. Yup, I have. Fast tink. Alright, now I heard that at my other grandma's house one time. Not that one. Alright. Now, can we go to how do we go back? Alright, here they are. Katydids. Yeah, I figure why not. Let's just go ahead and make a video about them too. Alright, so how do I get the whole menu to open up like I did with the great, here we go. I wish it would come up as a list, so that way I, like how it did for me before with the crickets. Oh, there we go. I figured it out. Alright, you gotta hit family description. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Man, I probably just... I bet everyone's screaming at me right now. I'm making the video longer than it needs to be. Alright. So... Wow, there's no way that's all the katydids. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, whatever. I guess I have to do it this way. Let's start off with, yeah, the meadow katydids. Let's start off with them. And I can't click on it, of course. So, come on. Oh, it's real quiet. I was wondering why I wasn't... Haven't heard that before. I haven't heard that. I don't know about that one. Not that. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. I know there's at least one, a couple I've heard here. Alright, there's one of them. Kind of reminds me of the 17-year cicada. And yes, cicada's another one of my interests. I'm just a sound kind of person, you know. I like the sounds animals make. What was that 17-year cicada called? Was it tree decim or something? It kind of reminds me of it. Yep, that's the other one. This one I've heard at my grandma's, but not here. Even though it says she doesn't have them, I have heard them there, so that's wrong. All right, let's go to... let's go to... Wait, did I play the last? No, I didn't. Okay. Now, let's go to cone heads. All right. Now, I know I've heard this at my house. Oh yeah, that buzz. Those things are loud. Like when you get up next to them, like yeah, they're very loud. Yep, I've heard those before. Yep, I've heard those before. Not as much as the other two, but haven't heard that one. Not that one. I think that's the one that's calling at my grandma's right now, because I actually heard one when I was there earlier, and it kind of sounds like that, so I think it might be this one. Yeah, it shows they're in her area, so... What time of year does it say they call, or does it say? It doesn't say, does it? Not that I can see. But yeah, it sounded just like this, the sound that I was hearing there. It sounded just like that. Yeah, I've never heard that one here. Or that one. So let's... What other families are there? Oh, yep, true katydid. And I think there's only one. Well, there is the Florida true katydid, which is not on here. I may do that in another video. I don't know. Let me do this one. I think it's more clear in this one. Yep. I hear that every year. Yep. Not in my backyard directly, but at my grandma's and further away from my house. And yes, this is one that's very unique because its call actually changes throughout its range. You can see... Let me see. Where's the... Alright, the northern half of the range, katydids, usually 2 or 3 harsh pulses, chi-chi, and then I'm trying to find, in the southeastern portion, there's 3 to 5 pulses, and then the southwestern part, there's only 1 to 2 pulses. So it looks like I have the 3 to 5 pulses, which is cool. And my grandma has just the 2 to 3 is what it looks like. So what else is there? False katydids. All right. Yeah, I don't think I've heard that one before. That one neither. Not that one. Not that one. Yep. Yep, I've heard that before. Especially that clicking sound. And that, yeah, I've heard both of those sounds before. That and the ticking. Oh, yep, I've heard those before too. Not that one, no. And now... Oh, bush katydids, let's see. Nah, I haven't heard that one. Not 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 that one. So, now what? Is that all of them? What shield back? Haven't heard that before. I don't think I've heard that before. I might have heard that before, like real quietly in the grass. I'm not sure though. I don't think I've heard that. I don't think I've heard that either. What the grasshoppers? Alright, I'm not doing that right now. Alright. Now I figured, I know it's supposed to be about crickets and katydids, but since I'm already into it, why not? Another one of my interests is katydid. No, cicada sound. So here we go. Yeah, I've never heard that here before. Same with that one. Yeah, I've never heard that. Oh, yep, I've definitely heard that. I hear that every year. Every single year. Same with that one. Not that one, though. Oh, yep, I've heard that one before, too. Oh, yep. Oh, that's a classic sound. I've definitely heard that. I hear that every year in the evening as it's getting dark. Oh, yup, that's a classic morning sound. Never heard that here before. Same with that one. Not that one. Not that one. And I'm sure everyone knows these. Oh yeah, if you don't know what these are, you've been living under a rock. They come every 17 years in different broods. Let me see if I can find the other species of 17-year cicada. There's also 13-year cicadas, but I'm just going to take the time to show you these because they're very similar. And I don't want to make the video too long. This may be it. No, where is it? I think I know what their names are, though. Is it like... Yeah, that's it. Spectrum decim. That's one of... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This phone really pisses me off sometimes. Alright. I want to hear the... No, wait, that's the one I already played for you. Hang on. Decula. Yeah, that's what it... Oh my god. I can't spell. It's called Decula, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. Do I have to type the whole name? Alright, I decided to pause the video while I was finding sound files for these, and I finally found the website with them. So, first we'll start off with the sound everyone's most familiar with. Yeah, I'm sure everybody knows that sound. And then this is what the 13-year one sounds like. Yeah, it's basically the same thing, but lower pitched. And then this third one's unique because I think it came, let me think of how to word it. It comes every 13 years, like that one, but it sounds like that one. And I'm not sure if I'm explaining it right, but from what I remember, I think it evolved from spectrum decim or something. Oh yeah, and its call is higher pitched too, whenever it overlaps with tree decim. Whenever it's just by itself, it sounds more like that one. Now on to the deculas. Yep, I've heard those. Yeah, I'm within the 17-year range, not the 13-year. Now for these. Yup, I remember hearing those. Alright, I think I've made this video long enough. So, I'm just going to end the video here. Bye.